The Quagman continuing to farm up Talonflame at a potential fly or brave bird. HiedinPapa commits that protect shield. We're then going to throw 2 mud shots and the mud bomb bait. The Kentucky Fried Chicken Bird of Death puts up that protect shield. We're then going to throw 2 mud shots and the Stone Edge for optimal fast move time, and does the opponent respect the damage? Welcome back to the channel. First of all, I'd like to say Happy New Year to you all. This is going to be the first upload of many in 2024, and I hope you all have a fantastic year. But today we are back to business. I have been struggling on YouTube recently. For a number of reasons, I have been uploading quite inconsistently. Christmas time is obviously a time that I did spend with my family. However, don't worry, we're going to be back putting out that regular content, and today we're going to take a look at, in my opinion, 2 of the most underrated shadows in the Great League. This season's favourite mud boy is of course WhisDADDYCash. However, in my opinion, WhisDADDYCash heavily relies upon the RNG gods blessing you with that ever important debuff. Of course, the GOAT Shadow Swampert is always a top contender. However, I personally run the Quagman, and I think without a doubt it is the undisputed king of the Shadow Mud Boys. That Mud Bomb Stone Edge combination is just phenomenal. The next underrated shadow we're going to be taking a look at is a Pokemon I call King Cradily. Cradily, being grass and rock, doesn't have the best defensive typing, but offensively it hits so many top meta threats for super effective. Rounding the team off, we're going to have the channel mascot Drapion. If you've been around this channel for a while, you know Drapion is my go-to pick in both the Great and Ultra League. Without any further ado, let's get into the battles. And in game 1, HiedinPapa leads Cradily into Lantern. The opponent stays in, which obviously begs the question, are they going to be ABA weak? The opponent commits both protect shields. HiedinPapa commits the protection on the surf. We've now got to be mindful the opponent might attempt to make that catch. And there's the attempted catch. The opponent saves switch into greed at HiedinPapa. Throws the grass lot, lands for heavy neutral damage. And then we're going to return the favour with the catch back onto Drapion. As we switched, 1 turn before the opponent reached the body slam, we sneak the poison sting, which is going to allow HiedinPapa to reach the crunch on the CMP tie. Drapion doesn't have the best matchup against Greedent since he got access to Mud Shot, but Crunch will get the job done, and we do maintain the correct alignment and shield advantage. The opponent likely to return with the silly electric fish that does have residual energy. Good to go. The opponent throws the surf, doesn't quite knock out Drapion, looks to reach another charge move, but unfortunately we get Spark down. We could send out either Pokemon, however HiedinPapa opts to send out Cradily. I think as we're so low, I'd probably let Cradily go down, but HiedinPapa has other ideas. We shield up the surf, and the opponent makes a very nice catch of the double resisted grass knot onto Talonflame. Huge balls from the opponent. As if we would have thrown the rock slide, the opponent would have got vanquished back to their Pokeball. Does the opponent have Brave Bird? Hello? Shields are down. Why would you throw the flame charge? I have no idea. The opponent likely has Fly, and they're hoping that a vamped up Fly will secure the knockout, but the Quagman says not today, trainer. Throws the Stone Edge. Huge overkill back out. Comes Lantern, and Quagman sweeps the back line. GG's, and thanks for playing. In the next battle, we see some deja vu. If people are wondering why I nicknamed this Pokemon the silly electric fish, it's because it's here, there, and every fucking where. We throw the grass knot on alignment, allowing the opponent the opportunity to make the catch, but Vigoroth did not appreciate that grass knot. We then see the pivot into Drapion. Drapion is not only super spammy, but has reasonable bulk. The counters are hitting us for neutral due to our dark poison typing, and we do withstand the body slam. HiedinPapa throws the Aqua Tail. Aqua Tail, not the best move, but does secure the knockout. The opponent now send out Talonflame. Our fast move timing isn't the best. 2 turn into 5 turn. Ideally, you'd like to throw 2 poison stings or 7. Or if you're in a bit of a mess, you can throw 4 for suboptimal timing, giving away 2 free turns. HiedinPapa now sit in a very advantageous spot with a 2-to-1 shield advantage, and both our Pokemon have that rock type coverage. We've got shield advantage. HiedinPapa shields up the flame charge bait, but undeterred. HiedinPapa farms up to the Stone Edge and full sends it. Does the opponent respect the damage? Stone Edge, oof, goes shielded. HiedinPapa still with 1 protect shield, 2 high behind. Last second commits that protection, and the opponent continue to masturbate, throwing yet another flame charge. They then give up switch, sending out Lantern. We bank the Stone Edge and send back out Cradily. Cradily should be in a good spot to clean up this battle. Whoa, the opponent YOLO the Hydro Pump. What the heck is this season 6? That Hydro Pump landed for heavy neutral damage. We fire off the Grass Knot secures the knockout. Talonflame comes back out, only gets 1 free Incinerate. We've got the Stone Edge banked, and you know the drill. It's going to be high Talonflame, bye Talonflame, get wrecked. GG's, and thanks for playing. I do love a good boom. And it was actually us that got boomed. What the heck is this? 3 for 3 on Lantern and Talonflame. I've not watched too much YouTube recently, as I've been with my family. Who the heck put out this core? We're going to see HiedinPapa respect the potential fly or brave bird. HiedinPapa then throws 2 mud shots and the mud bomb bait. Mud bomb forces the protect shield. We're then going to throw 2 more mud shots and the stone edge for optimal fast move timing. Does this opponent respect the damage? Quagman finally gets this boom. Get that Talonflame out of here. The opponent unlikely to send back out Lantern, opt to send out Vigoroth. Is this the exact same team as the last battle? Come on. Who posted the video? Body slam. Doesn't knock out. We actually opt to throw the mud bomb. We should really throw the stone edge. It does do more raw damage. And we're only going to reach 1 move. But either way, we should be sitting in an alright spot. We can now send out Drapion. Use it as the damage sponge. We then opt to go straight away for the Aqua Tail. Aqua Tail likely forces the opponent's final protect shield. As of course they need Vigoroth to take care of Cradily. HiedinPapa invest the final protection on the incoming body slam, and now he needs to be mindful of a potential catch. The opponent actually YOLO'd the rock slide, which would do more damage. And speaking of catch, the opponent makes a very nice catch, catching back onto Lantern. HiedinPapa banks the Aqua Tail, which is a very nice play, and then sends out Cradily. There's no shot. We get Hydro pumped again. Nope, it's just the surf, which we easily withstand. HiedinPapa then over farms, throws the grass knot. It's going to be high Lantern, by Lantern. Despite Cradily taking super effective from the counters, if the opponent looks to counter farm us down, we'll reach 1 further charge move. The opponent recognises that, throws the body slam, which does secure the knockout. We've banked the Aqua Tail, and that is going to be all she wrote. GG's, and thanks for playing. In the next battle, show me something that isn't Lantern and Talonflame. Superior. Oof. We are ABA weak to this pesky snake. As I said in the intro, Cradily's defensive typing, pretty garbage, mostly due to Rock being one of the worst defensive typings in the game. Cradilly's actually a grass type that takes neutral from grass. However, we do have that Rock slide coverage that does at least hit back for neutral. The opponent fired off the Leaf Tornado, then allowed Cradily to make Rock slide number 2, forcing a protect shield in a disadvantageous matchup. Is disadvantageous even a word? Maybe unfavourable, unadvantageous, but either way, I've got distracted by my poor English skills. Believe it or not, English is my first and only language. I should probably be able to conversate somewhat better than I can. But apologies for being a Neanderthal. The opponent makes a very nice catch, catching the rock slide onto Skarmory. Skarmory is on Air Slash. Of course, Steel Wing is preferred this season, but the Air Slashes do at least hit the Mud Boys for neutral. We full send the Stone Edge. Stone Edge secures the knockout back out. Comes Superior Quagman, able to withstand the double super effective Vine Whips, reach the Mud Bomb, forces the opponent's final protection. The opponent then recognises they need to throw and do dump energy. As the opponent has shielded such a low health Superior, they must have something weak to ground or perhaps rock in the back. HiedinPapa waits out the clock, sends in Drapion. Drapion will get a very nice Poison Sting farm down. We're actually going to see the final protect shield invested here. I was going to say I probably wouldn't have shielded as the opponent has thrown so many fucking Leaf Tornadoes. I'm actually unsure if I've even got a second move. The opponent then sends out Swampert. Swampert fires off the Hydro Cannon, which does secure the knockout. Drapion now putting the team on its back, fires off the Crunch. Crunch goes unshielded as the opponent, of course, has no protect shields. Drapion able to outpace as we're on Aqua Tail. I always give Aqua Tail a hard time, but this is going to be the key to victory in this battle. Back out comes Superior and the opponent concedes the match. If Drapion was actually one of my preferred moveset of Crunch and Sludge Bomb, we would have actually CMP tied to the next Crunch and Swampert would have won and we would have took the loss. In the next battle, we see Poliwrath in the lead. We see the Say Switch into Drapion. The opponent tanks the Crunch, returns fire with the Icy Wind. Icy Wind won't be lethal. The opponent likely looking to chip and dip or perhaps try and counter farm down. The opponent looks for the full counter farm down, but Drapion refuses to die. Reaches 1 further Crunch. Crunch won't be lethal, however does get Poliwrath down to the red. Poliwrath giving us a real headache. It's got an advantageous matchup against all 3 of our Pokemon. We send back out Cradily. We see the instant shield deployed on the incoming Icy Wind. HiedinPapa not messing around, going straight for the Grass Knot, looking to get Poliwrath out of here. The opponent very unlikely to shield Poliwrath as it's so low on HP. We see the instant pivot into Quagman, looking to reset our debuff, and the opponent has made a huge blunder. They're in theory running an ABB team, double weak to ground, with Poliwrath of course being the ground type counter. They should have pivoted rather than completely sack it. And like this, it looks like HiedinPapa should have a clear path to victory. Doing what the happy looking Quagman does best, spamming Mud Bomb after Mud Bomb, the opponent saving 2 shields for the Cantonian Ninetales. We throw the next mud bomb after 3 mud shots, which is alignment. 2 turn into 3 turn, you want to throw at 1, 4 or 7, but it looks like the opponent has no interest in shielding and just going to concede the match. In the next battle, another Talonflame. We see the pivot into Drapion. Of course, Cradily can nuke Talonflame with the rock side. However, I do like this pivot as the opponent would just go straight flame charge, lightly shielding everything and just vamp up their attack. We shield up the incoming flame charge, the opponent then pivots out into Licky, far too thicky. We fire after Crunch. Crunch gets the debuff, which will force the opponent to throw instantly or get hit with another charge move. The opponent opts to throw the body slam, not wanting to tank one further Crunch. Drapion unfortunately doesn't survive. If we was non-shadow, we probably would have, but it is what it is. If, like myself, you're here for a good time, not a long time, always opt for the shadows. They do 20% more damage, making these bulky Pokemon go down a lot quicker. We fire off the Grass Knot. Grass Knot secures the knockout and we're spamming the switch into the Quagman, anticipating Talonflame returning. Instead, the opponent sends out Vigoroth. Immediately, my first thoughts are the opponent might go for a Mud Bomb catch onto Talonflame. So to prevent the catch, I'd always pause a turn before throwing. So basically what that means is just wait for the counter to start and hit your charge move. As we're both using 2-turn moves, the opponent's going to sneak a counter anyway, so there's no problem in pausing. And just as I say that, the opponent does make the Mud Bomb catch back onto Talonflame. Mud Bomb isn't lethal, but does get Talonflame low. Quagman able to reach one further Mud Bomb. Despite it being on alignment, I do like this throw, looking to force a shield. The opponent does oblige, putting up that Protect shield. Of course, we are going to return the favour, shielding in return. The opponent goes for the Brave Bird, minimising the amount of free farm we can get, which is a very smart play from the opponent, as our win con would be reaching 2 charge moves, as the opponent still has 1 protection. They'll land the Rock Slide, and unfortunately, this Grass Knot will be shielded, and we're just going to get counter farm down and take the loss. The opponent actually opts to throw the Body Slam, but either way, the result is going to be the same. GG's to that opponent. In the next battle, we see the pesky Spider, Galvantula in the lead. Somewhat of an awkward matchup due to our subtypings. Bug hits Grass for super effective. However, Rock hits Bug for super effective. Grass resists Electric, and of course, the Bug typing on Galvantula will mean our Bullet Seeds are resisted. We tank the lunge like an absolute boss, return fire with the Rock Slide, forcing a Protect shield. The opponent looks for the full Volt Switch farm down, which they do. King Cradily makes 1 further Rock Slide, which is going to force the opponent's final Protect shield. Galvantula users love to shield, and this opponent doesn't disappoint, 2 shield in their lead. HiedinPapa now sends in the Quagman. The opponent has no Protect shields, but we are going to have to go all the way for a Stone Edge to secure the knockout, as Mud Bomb won't be lethal. It looks like we CMP tied to the Mud Bomb, which definitely won't knock out after a 2-stage lowered attack. Regardless, let's see how much this Mud Bomb does. Mud Bomb does get Galvantula into the red, but you can see why I think the Stone Edge would have been the correct play, as double Mud Bomb is going to cost 80 energy, whereas Stone Edge would have only cost 55. We see the instant pivot into Drapion, looking to reset our debuff. The opponent temporarily brings out a Charmer, which I didn't see, as this is 2x speed, and then send out Nidoqueen. We fire off the Crunch. Crunch lands for over half the opponent's HP. I think double Aqua Tail should get the job done. Although I did look on PV Poke, it says it does around 46%, and these Poison Stings are double resisted. So perhaps 1 Crunch and Aqua Tail is the safer play. This Aqua Tail will be secure in the knockout. Aqua Tail is a pretty garbage move, especially when it doesn't get the same type attack bonus. So even if Aqua Tail hits for super effective and Crunch is neutral, Crunch will still do more raw damage. The opponent's Charmer is Clefable. The opponent does get the full Charm down, Farm down, but Quagman has enough HP to reach the Mud Bomb, and Mud Bomb is going to be all she wrote. GG's, and thanks for playing. In the next battle, we see Cradily into Lantern, yet another silly electric fish. Is this opponent going to look to make the catch? We throw the Grass Knot on alignment, and the opponent CMP ties us, also spamming the move on alignment. So if you're the 2-turn user, 1, 4 and 7 for good fast move timing, and if you're the 3-turn move user like ourselves, you always want to throw on odd numbers. This always only gives away 1 free turn. You can see HiedinPapa modifying their playstyle, as the opponent last time caught the Rock Slide. We go for the Rock Slide, anticipating the catch. I like that play a lot. But unfortunately, what I don't like is the opponent attempting to catch a Grass Knot that we didn't throw onto the Talonflame they likely have lurking in the back. And as I say it, the opponent does make a catch. However, it isn't an Incinerate user. Oh, it's a Knockdown. Savage. Knockdown is greeted with Drapion. Knockdown isn't too common in this season, however it does pair nicely with Lantern. Of course, Lantern is weak to grass, and Knockdown pretty much shuts down all them grass type threats. HiedinPapa knows Drapion will survive the incoming sky attack, saving their 1 shield advantage. As we got the defense drop, knocked out easily in Aqua Tail range. Aqua Tail secures the knockout, back out. Comes Lantern, Drapion able to reach the Crunch. Drapion, an absolute menace, hence it's my mascot. Crunch isn't quite lethal, but leaves Lantern on a sliver of HP. We send back out Cradily, and unlike the first battle this time, we're putting all our hopes and dreams on the back of the Quagman, and what a call it is, as Quagman is going to easily be able to get rid of Sonic the Hedgehog. Shout out Sonic. I watched both movies over Christmas with my young lad. If, like me, you're an 80s or 90s kid, I'd recommend the movies. They're pretty good, to be honest, but I've got distracted with Shield of the Ice Punch, Mud Shot Farm down, back out, comes Lantern. Unless this is a YOLO Hydro Pump, which of course it isn't, as the opponent doesn't have the energy, Quagman is going to be able to Mud Shot Farm down and take that game. Cradily into the Spider. We've seen this one play out before. We do tank a lunge, although it isn't all that pretty. Is that a CMP tie? Surely not. The opponent must have made a catch, so we don't win CMP. What the heck happened there? I haven't actually played that many sets due to it being Christmas and New Year period, but the game is running like shit. I think we actually denied the opponent. We tank the lunge, the opponent makes a catch. What did they catch the rock slide on? They caught it on Alteria. Nice catch, although it does still hit for super effective. We can now send in Drapion. Drapion able to outpace this dragon to the Crunch. The opponent already down 1 shield, unwilling to shield Alteria, back out. Comes Galvantula. We look to get off the Aqua Tail, but lose CMP. The pesky Spider rarely loses CMP ties in the Great League. We see HiedinPapa invest that protection. We've got shield advantage and return fire with the Aqua Tail. The opponent commits their final protect shield. Drapion now going to be able to outpace to the Crunch. If the opponent would have snuck a Volt Switch that I didn't see, they would have actually got there before. However, we evidently did deny him, and that should be pretty much all she wrote. As Azumarill might be nicknamed the Mighty Blue Mouse by some, but it's not going to be able to 1v3 our team. When we've got 3 Pokemon and shield advantage, HiedinPapa not wanting to get farmed down, pivots out into the Quagman. This could be a Hydro Pump, but even Hydro Pump won't be lethal. Quagman withstands the play rough, returns fire with the Mud Bomb. Azumarill has bulk for days, so Mud Bomb won't be lethal, but by the time we got to the next Mud Bomb, with the residual Mud Shots, it should pretty much knock out. We shield up the next Ice Beam, which is somewhat of a nice bait. However, Mr. Opponent, you can't win. You may as well top left. The opponent agrees, concede the match, and we take that game. So those were the battles from HiedinPapa, one of our members here on YouTube that has started using a lot of triple shadows, and we have another very fun showcase from them in the Open Ultra League coming up, featuring Shadow Mewtwo, so stay tuned for that one. So if you're enjoying the content, smash that like button if you're new, consider subscribing if you like your battles featured on my channel. A link to our battle submission form is down below, and as always, a huge thank you to everyone for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.